Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here, back once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing a pretty awesome review of the NECA Damien Leone's Terrifier Ultimate Art Clown figure, action figure from obviously NECA. And it's a really anticipated figure from obviously Terrifier. That's a massive growing franchise. It's just become very popular. And yeah, it's certainly grown on me since the film has come out. Really like the second movie. I think that's my favourite out of the three, actually. I know people like the first one, but yeah, the second one I really like. Really like a lot of the different scenes in it and like the action and the kills. Yeah, I think it's a really good. I think it's a really good. Not only a really good horror film, but a really good sequel. Yeah, it's pretty good. And yeah, Art of Clown is cool. Starting to really like the figures and got a few now in the collection, which is pretty good. Now, this took me a while to get my hands on this in the UK. I know a lot of people in America have got this, but you get yours a lot of the stuff before us. We take takes us ages to get it over here in the UK. It's wait ages and ages. But it come up on eBay just recently. I thought I was going to have to wait till January to get hold of this, and I made plans to get it in January, but it suddenly came up on eBay from a few sellers, and yeah, thought yeah, didn't have to wait another month, and it's Christmas. I had loads of extra cash. I had my own cash from getting paid, and then I had Christmas money from friends and family, which always helps. I see it's bonus money. It always helps this time of year when everything's so expensive. And yeah, so it was there. So yeah, I bought it. And it was a good price too. It was about £47, I believe it was, and they did have it on a pre-sale previously, and it was like £80. I was like, bit too pricey. So, but yeah, I did make plans to get it in January, but it came up early. So yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, had a pretty decent Christmas. Managed to get me the last two figures of the year that I needed, the Terrifier and the Jaws figure. So mission of the year complete. Got pretty much all the figures that I wanted from the year. So yeah, pretty happy about that. Um, and yeah, so got it on eBay nice and cheap, and it's pretty awesome figure, to be honest. We'll just talk about the box. The box is really good. I mean, it's obviously got black and white going on, which is obviously Art Clown colours, and that is a really cool image. And the box is, well, the artwork on the box is pretty awesome. There's some pretty good stuff. Now, this is obviously the clean version because there's a bloody version. I did want the clean version. I don't think I'll bother getting the bloody version. I just don't see the point of. I know people are huge fans of this. Get the bloody and clean version, but I had the. I got the bloody version of the Tops Terrifier action figure. But yeah, I don't really see a point in getting this. I mean, as I said, I do like Terrifier and that, and I do like the movies. But you know, it's not one of my main things. You know, one of my main ones like Halloween, Friday the 8th, or whatever. So yeah, I won't bother getting the bloody version. I'm pretty happy with just one version, to be honest. As I said, I've got the two other Terrifier figures. If they do the different version where it's different weapons, I will certainly get that. And if they do the one from the third movie, which is in his Santa Claus outfit, I probably get that as well because that'll probably be different. Yeah, I just like to get different figures. I don't really like to get too many versions of the same, to be honest. I know I've got the Blade version, but it's from the second movie, so it's practically one and two. Yeah, I was at least wanted at least one NECA Art Clown figure. But yeah, really good images. Absolute fantastic box to kick off. There's another image of art there. Pretty awesome box. And here he is. Pretty awesome figure. He's a tall lad. He's got the lanky frame going on. I've got quite a lankyish frame myself. So I know how this guy feels. And he's got the spaghetti legs going on. I've got pretty long legs myself. So I've got quite similar frames actually. I could probably look quite good in a terrifier costume because I've got the frame, the tall frame for it, But yeah, it's a pretty awesome figure. I mean, NECA do great figures anyway. I mean, how many figures have they've done now that have been fantastic, and it looks like another great job on the head sculpt. Really, really nice. Nicely painted and nicely detailed by NECA as always. I don't think they've got anything wrong with this figure. Don't know if anyone has pointed anything out that's wrong, but yeah, it all looks good. I mean, I haven't seen anything that's wrong so far. Especially with the accessories you get, there doesn't seem to be like there's anything missing or they could have done anything better. So this could be an almost inch near perfect figure. But yeah, it's really, really excellent paintwork and detail on the face. Look at that mouth with the teeth and the gums. I mean, the face and the eyes and that just quite basically painted, but the detail is really in that mouth area with the teeth and the gums. Pretty epic, that. Black dot on his nose. Does he have black dot on his nose? Looks like he does. And then obviously that little small hat going to one side. Yeah, really like that. Not much going on at the sides. Back's quite plain. Yeah, that is pretty epic. Now obviously colours quite straightforward, and there's no sort of like detail or patterns going on. It's quite straightforward, just the black and the white going on. But obviously that's how it is. Obviously different to the bloody version where it's all just blood absolutely everywhere. I don't know. Some things I do like some things that are bloody, but I feel it actually ruins the figure because it's just like a figure and it's just literally just caked in blood, and I feel sometimes it just ruins the figure. But I don't know. Some bloody versions are alright, but yeah, sometimes just getting a clean version looks okay. But yeah, pretty awesome. Got the body with a black and white going on. As I said, not much going on other than just being black and white. Arms, just one's black and one's white on the sleeves. Then the legs, pretty much the same. One leg black and one leg in white. Pretty straightforward. As I said, you've got the spaghetti legs going on. I've got that going on myself. Yeah, pretty decent. As I said, it's quite basic, but that is how it is. Now the boots are clown style boots because they've got that big sort of fat shaped ended boots like a clown that does, which is pretty cool. Plain black, so again nothing much going on, but nicely shaped in the shape of clowny boots. And I'm assuming it stand pretty well actually with those. Yeah, no issues there. And a lot of NECA figures, as you guys know, that anyone collects NECA figures, the trouble with some of them just don't stand up. Some of the Predator figures are a nightmare to stand up if you don't have bases or anything. But yeah, this is a very, very solid figure, and got to give it to stand. You know, I have to give even points for it to stand up, because some figures are nice, but they don't even they have issues standing up, and it's yeah. I mean, look, that's on my uh, display board that I use to do the reviews and stuff on. I mean, that's not dead level, but it's standing on that. So on a display, on a table or on a side or whatever, or shelf. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, so it's going to stand well with no issues. So that is another good thing. And yeah, really, really good. Let's look at the articulation. Now, the articulation is not bad on this. So we've got the head going left to right, which is good. Moving it up and down, that's pretty good too. Side to side, yeah. Articulation is very, very good on the head. So obviously you can get him into different various positions. Now, there is actually some movement on the body, which I noticed. So it does sort of, there's a bit of movement in the upper torso and that, where it does sort of not that you would, I don't see any reason why, but if you were going to get it into the position where he was going to be crouched like that, he could. But as I said, there is movement up here on the upper torso, so that's pretty good. I did see that when I was playing around with this before, I said that the articulation on the arms is not that great. Although there's a joint in the elbows and the hands do rotate, but the arms don't go up as well outwards. So there's that. But so there is a joint on there on the elbow, and hands do rotate, and obviously they do go up and down, but side to side, no, they don't. Not sure much is it such an issue, because you'd be able to hold weapons, just holding that mostly. But if you were to have that, obviously you can't. So there's that. Now, I did, as I said, have a go at this, muck around with it before, and although the arms don't move side to side, the legs, in fact, do. And you can pretty much do the splits, which is really fantastic. Not that for some bizarre reason you would want to have it on display, or, yeah, as I said, get it into position when it was doing that, but as I said, it would be a bit weird and very, very strange. But yeah, if you would, but there is this really good articulation in the splits. But yeah, so that is pretty good. They obviously do go up and down, and side to side, which you've just seen, drawn on the knee, which you've just seen, and a bit of movement in the foot. I go left and right, and yeah, bit there, but very, very good in the legs. But not that you would get him in those type of positions. But the arms, I would say the articulation is a bit lacking, because they don't go upwards. But head, bit on the body and legs, it's very good, so that's very good. Now let's go on to the accessory. Now I already got him holding a hammer and a drill. So it's like ready for DIY style. Obviously, he'd be doing DIY on actually people rather than doing DIY like putting up shelves and stuff. But the accessories are fantastic. There's loads. Drills, said, and hammer in his hand, and there is the rest. I mean, this is what all ultimates really should be, as far as I'm concerned. Just having all this stuff, because I mean, a lot of the ultimates they do. I think there's an issue with these ultimates, because I think some are just. So they say some like they're ultimates, but I think some of them are just basic figures. They're like from one film. They say they're ultimate, and they've got like a couple of accessories, not much. And it just, to me, it doesn't seem like ultimate. when it's like this seems like an ultimate. Do you know what I mean? Like this kind of reminds me of the ultimate Chucky that they did, where it was loads of accessories, and you could sort of say that the figure was based on like 3 or 4 movies, and you can have him displayed in 5, 6, whatever different options, and the ultimate Chucky is based on like 3 or 4 movies, and this is kind of like the Art of Clown figure, which is based on like 2 or 3 movies, where it's just loads of different things, loads of different accessories we can base. Can have it in, multiple arrays of display options. And yeah, as I said, this is how an ultimate should be, not where it's just like one figure from one film and it's a couple of weapons, where it's based on 3 or 4 movies and it's got loads of stuff. Really, NECA should be just making all of their figures like this with loads of accessories, because they would be way, way better. And NECA would be, the best toy company, without a shadow of a doubt, if they did all their figures like this. But they don't. They've still got a lot of things to learn, as regards to figures, but they're getting a lot of things right. They've really stepped up this year, NECA, and this could be one of the best figures they've ever done, and certainly one of the best figures of the year. They've definitely stepped up. They've had new Terrifier figures, new Michael Myers figures, a couple of new uh, reissue Leatherface figures that are way, way better than the ones they did before. Jaws, Beetlejuice. I mean, they've absolutely smashed it this year, NECA, with the stuff that's coming out. At times, I've had trouble keeping up, but I've finally managed to get all the big NECA figures that come out this year. So yeah, yeah, but this is just fantastic. I mean, you've got the bag, black bag, to actually store. You can actually store all the weapons in, which I did store them in before, so they didn't get lost. And that's a good idea to put them in, because if you're not going to have it on display, or you don't want to lose any of the pieces, store them in the bag so they don't get lost. When I do eventually have it on display, I'm going to have the weapons that I don't have in his hands in the bag, and then you can tie it up as well, so that's cool. So if it drops on the floor, they won't come out. So I'm going to have that on display with next to the figure with all the bits that I don't use. But anyway, this bag, a doll. Can't remember where he uses that, but there's a doll accessory. Pretty nice detail. There's 3 different head sculpts, or face sculpts, because they're not actually actual heads, I believe. They're the face section. So face sculpts, I guess you could say there was, because they're not actually full heads, are they? They're just the faces. Interchangeable face sculpts that you can swap over. I do pretty much like the one he's now, but there's another one that's quite similar, where he's more of an open mouth. There's one where he's like looking like a miserable bugger, like that, which I don't really like that much. There's another one that's quite good. They're quite similar, those two, and the other one, but I'd quite like the original. I think it's the one from the original where I prefer it where he's got his teeth, gritting his teeth when they're closed together as opposed to the others. But yeah, there's an option. I'm not really one for keep on changing heads and hands, to be honest. I usually tend to get figures, put the hands on the figure that can hold weapons, and then I don't mind changing the weapons now and again, but usually most of my figures just get put on display, and then just appreciate looking at them. I will do like collection figures now and again and comparison stuff, but other than that, I don't mess around with them too much. But anyway, 3 different total looks. 6 hands. This is good this time, because NECA have been giving like uneven extra hands in some figures, like 5 hands, and they can't even give us, a decent amount. But this time they've nailed it. 2 hands that's on the figure, and then 6 other hands, and in various different positions where you can hold various different weapons. Because some will hold the guns and the drill, for example, and then some will hold the knives, and then of course, obviously, I think the ones that are sort of more closed fist will hold these sort of smaller, because the others are small, like got small handles. So there's various different ones of those. Obviously, I've got one's holding the hammer and drill. So there's those. Then we've got a weapon that's like a whip with loads of bits on the end with scissors, scalpel, and another pair of scissors. I think that's kind of like, that's actually on one of the, isn't that on there that's attached to it? Yeah, but anyway, get that, which is pretty cool. Not something that I would probably display, I think, but yeah, it is an option. We've got either a Desert Eagle or a Colt gun, which has been on lots of figures. And we've got, I believe, an ice pick or something that you'd use to make holes in, I believe like on a belt or something. One of those. Don't think we've had one of those on a figure before. Then we've got a small axe. I don't think it's called an axe, that's like an implement. Is it a medical implement? Not too sure. But I don't think, as far as I know, we've had one of those on figures. We've had that medical implement on the Myers figure, I believe, from Halloween 2. Then we've got a little knife. I don't think it's called a little knife. Again, I don't know if that's a medical implement, but it's some small kind of knife. Then we've got an axe, type of axe variation. Don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's from fireman's type axe or what it is, but it's a variation of axe. I'm not sure if we've had one of those before. Then we've got the hacksaw. Got one on the Tops figure, and I believe there's one on one of the Jason figures accessory. Knife, kitchen knife. I think we've had a few of those from obviously Myers and a couple of the Jason figures. Then we've got a meat cleaver, and again we've had that on one or two of the Jasons and Leatherface figure. Then we've got a larger meat cleaver. Again, that could have been on one of the other figures, like Leatherface Jason, but I'm not too sure, but definitely with the other one. And then we've got a thicker bladed Jason Voorhees style machete knife, which again, I think the blade on it is slightly longer than the Jason one. The Jason one is, but in length it's kind of about the same. But it's definitely, the blade is definitely wider. Yeah, certainly a plethora arsenal of weapons. Yeah, awesome. No complaints, because usually they're running a bit short with accessories on the some of the NECA figures. And as you say, they could have had this, could have had that, but on this occasion, absolutely everything is there. Fantastic. Yeah, pretty awesome. So I think the only thing is sort of like final thoughts and like how I'm going to display it. As I said, I've got it on at the moment holding the drill and the hammer, but I mean, you can have it holding anything. I mean, if I had my way, I would have him with like holding six different weapons. You know, I'd have him holding drill, hammer, which he's got, and one couple of knives, maybe an axe. Yeah, I'd load him up. So he looks absolutely awesome, but obviously you can only have two at once. But yeah, it's just pretty awesome, really. As I said, if you're gonna have him holding other weapons, just change a couple of these two over, and then you can have him holding a knife, an axe, or whatever. Yeah, it's just a fantastic thing. I mean, yeah, I have to say 10 out of 10, I think. Other than the only thing, as I said, the articulation of the arms could have been better. But other than that, I can't think of anything else. I don't know if anyone else has any issues or anything. But yeah, it's a fantastic figure. It has to be a 10, because, you know, I can't think of anything that is wrong. yeah, brilliant figure. So I think that's going to be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this figure. Enjoy this figure. Well, you will enjoy it if you've got it. But yeah, enjoy this review. Thought try and make it as fun as I could. Slightly longer than I wanted. I wanted to try and keep it about 15-20 minutes. Slightly longer. Feel free to skip any parts if you think it's too long. But yeah, I thought I'd do my version and put it out there. I'm going to do a nice quick. I'm going to keep this quite quick though. I'm going to do a nice comparison with the Tots figures just while we're in the Terrifier mood. But it's going to be shorter than this. It's going to be just a quick one. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the review. Get this figure if you haven't already. 100% get this. As I said, they've got it on eBay, 47 quid. Pick it up while they've got them, because these are selling out fast. I think I've got the last one from that particular seller, so I've got the last one. But there is loads of others on other sellers, and they are coming up because they're available now in the UK. So yeah, that's it, guys. As I said, hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next video. As I said, doing a comparison next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good, really awesome Christmas. I hope you get everything that you want. I managed to just about get everything I need. And yeah, pretty much awesome. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.